Welcome to the ABC of the animal kingdom. Today we will talk about woodcocks. Scolopax is a genus of Charadriiform birds that belongs to the Scolopacidae family. The genus name is Latin for woodcock. Charadriiformes is a diverse order of birds divided into 6 suborders, containing 351 known species, distributed throughout the world in a wide variety of habitats. This name seems to come from the Greek, meaning aquatic bird with nocturnal habits. Scolopacidae is a large family of Charadriiformes birds, made up of various small and medium-sized shorebirds. They include many species called sandpipers, as well as those called as curlew and snipe. The genus Scolopax includes 8 living species, with a worldwide distribution. 1. Eurasian woodcock, Scolopax rusticula. 2. Amami woodcock, Scolopax mira. 3. Bukidnon woodcock, Scolopax bukidnonensis. 4. Sulawesi woodcock, Scolopax celebensis. 5. Moluccan woodcock, Scolopax roccasinii. 6. New Guinea woodcock, Scolopax rosenbergii, name that commemorates the German naturalist Hermann von Rosenberg. 7. Javan woodcock, Scolopax saturata. 8. American woodcock, Scolopax minor. The Eurasian woodcock is a species of shorebirds. It extends from the Azores and the Canary Islands to the Pacific coasts, in boreal climates of Europe and Asia. During winters they can be found in the Mediterranean basin and other countries such as Iran, Afghanistan, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Burma, the extreme north and south of India, and the southeast of China. It lives in forests where it spends the day hidden. When it is wintering, it goes down to the home oaks, pastures, and areas of scrubland. It is endemic to the Ryukyu Islands, Japan. It can only be found on the islands of Amami, Kakuromajima, Tokunoshima, Okinawa, and Tokashiki. It is restricted to cloud forests more than 1,000 meters, 3,300 feet, above sea level, on the islands of Mindanao and Luzon in the Philippines. It is shy and reserved, resting during the day on the forest floor and active at night. It is endemic to the Sulawesi Islands, Indonesia. It lives in mountain jungles, where there is greater climatic variation than in the lowlands, with more ranges of temperature and height. They are found from 1,700 up to 2,300 meters, from 5,500 up to 7,500 feet, above sea level, and they are rare in lower areas. It is endemic to the Obi and Bacan Islands, in the northern Moluccas, Indonesia. It is an endemic species to New Guinea. It inhabits cloud forests between 2,300 and 3,800 meters, from 7,500 up to 12,500 feet, in altitude. It is distributed from the north of the Doberai Peninsula, through the Central Mountain Range and the Huon Peninsula, to the Owen Stanley Mountain Range on the Papuan Peninsula. It is an endemic species to Indonesia. Previously it was considered conspecific, that is to say, of the same species as the Papuan woodcock. It only lives in the humid montane forests of the island of Sumatra and the western part of Java, in western Indonesia. They build their nests on a layer of moss in the understory. Like Eurasian woodcock, it is a species of shorebirds. It is distributed throughout North America, Mexico, Canada, and the United States. The woodcock has a plump body, short legs, and a large, rounded head. Generalizing among the 8 species, we can say that adults are 25 to 40 centimeters, or 10 to 16 inches long, and weigh 140 to 350 grams, 5 to 12 ounces. And their wingspan, that is, the length of the outstretched wings, varies from 42 to 55 centimeters, 16.5 to 22 inches long. Shortly, we will see in greater detail each species. All woodcock's senses are prodigious. Its long and fine beak is its most characteristic feature. It is a fantastic tool, being able to open only the tip. The sense of touch is highly developed, allowing them to detect any vibration of the ground. Another characteristic feature is its large black eyes, located far back on the sides of the head. It has one of the best visual fields among birds, having a 360 degrees horizontal and 180 degrees vertical vision. Their hearing, located in front of the orbital cavity, lower than in other birds, is also very acute. Undoubtedly, they are all adaptations, such as their cryptic plumage, that serve as a defense against possible predators. It is medium in size, its length ranging between 30 and 36 centimeters, 12 and 14, and its weight between 300 and 350 grams, 10.6 and 12.35 ounces. Its plumage, thanks to which it is perfectly camouflaged in the middle, is a very cryptic reddish-brown tone, and is stained with brown, ochre, and black tones. It is very similar to the Eurasian woodcock, although with subtle differences. Their color is less reddish, their eyes are not so backward, and their legs are longer and stronger. Like the previous one, it is similar in appearance to the Eurasian woodcock. They can reach between 30 and 33 centimeters, 12 and 13 inches, long and weigh between 193 and 310 grams, 6.8 and 11 ounces. The upper part of the plumage is reddish-brown, with fine black stripes and widely streaked with blackish markings on the crown. The lower parts are pale yellowish. In appearance it is similar to the Eurasian woodcock, with a lighter plumage color. It has a more exotic appearance than the rest of the species. It is estimated that its size is 25% larger compared to the Eurasian woodcock. It is similar in appearance to the dark woodcock, reaching about 30 centimeters, 12 inches, long on average, and weighing between 190 and 220 grams, 6.7 and 7.8 ounces. Smaller and darker in color overall than New Guinea woodcock. As its scientific name indicates, it is the smallest representative of the woodcock family. Adults are 25 to 30 centimeters, 10 to 12 inches, long and weigh 140 to 230 grams, 5 to 8 ounces. The beak is 6.4 to 7 centimeters, 2.5 to 2.75 inches long. The wingspan varies from 42 to 48 centimeters, 16.5 to 19 inches long. Females are considerably larger than males. The plumage coloration is a mixture of different shades of browns, grays, and blacks. The chest and sides vary from a yellowish white to a deep tan. Its nape is black, with 3 or 4 reddish suede crossbars. Their legs are brownish gray to reddish brown. They generally look for their food in places where the soil is moist, feeding mainly on invertebrates, in particular earthworms. Their diet may also include insect larvae, snails, centipedes, millipedes, spiders, beetles, and ants. They also eat a small amount of seeds. The required breeding habitat is large, unfragmented areas of forest, with a dense undergrowth of plants such as brambles, holly, hazelnut, gorse, fern, or blueberry. Breeding territory should include a combination of warm and dry resting places, moist areas for feeding, and clearings for flight. Males perform a courtship flight known as roding at dusk in spring, in which they take off and then descend, zigzagging. This spiral flight produces a melodious sound as air rushes through their feathers. The attracted female will fly and land on the ground near a singing male. The male courts the female by walking on stiff legs and with its wings spread vertically, swaying and bowing. A male can mate with several females. Woodcock nests on the ground in a low cover in a forest. The nest is a lined cup or a small hole lined with dead leaves and other plant material. Male woodcock does not play any role in the selection of a place for the nest, in the incubation of the eggs, nor in the rearing of the chicks. Females lay up to 4 white or creamy eggs with light brown and gray spots, incubating them for between 21 and 24 days. Eggs measure 44 per 34 millimeters, 1.7 per 1.3 inches, and weigh 26.5 grams or 0.93 ounces, of which 5% is shell. Hairy, precocious hatchlings leave the nest immediately and fledge after 15 to 20 days. They begin to look for worms by themselves a few days after hatching. They manage to fly short distances after 10 days. After 3 weeks of life, they are able to fly quite well, and after 5 weeks, they are already independent. Numerous sightings of woodcock are described carrying their chicks between their legs, against their chest, and even using their beak, but not only to escape from danger, but also to take them to areas with better conditions to find food. The woodcock is basically a nocturnal bird, and it usually travels at dusk to the nearby meadows in order to feed. The displacements between these areas can be about 1,500 meters, 3,280 feet, on average, a distance that the woodcock will cover by flying. Their walk is agile, although the disposition of their eyes prevents them from moving in a straight line, which differentiates them from other land birds in general, since they are better runners. Despite resorting to flight more than other land birds, it is undoubtedly closely tied to the land. In fact, with very rare exceptions, it never perches on tree branches. When seen in danger, it tries to go unnoticed by remaining camouflaged on the ground. The woodcock is a migratory bird with a philopatric behavior, that is, it uses to faithfully repeat its habits year after year. The migratory patterns of the woodcock depend on the origin of each population. Some, in fact, are sedentary, such as Scolopax celebensis, Rosenbergii and saturata. These migratory movements are usually carried out in waves, in groups of less than 10 individuals, at night, in dry weather and high pressure. If they are surprised by fog, strong wind or rainfall, they will remain on the ground or interrupt their trip, waiting for more favorable conditions. The determining factor of the beginning of migrations is cold, which conditions the obtaining of its food in the frozen ground. Eurasian woodcock. Least concern. Amami woodcock. Vulnerable. The introduction in the 1980s of the indica mongoose, Herpes javanicus, to combat the habu viper, Trimeresurus flavoviridis, raised fears for the future of the Amami woodcock. Currently, thanks to a control program for the species carried out by the Ministry of Environment, mongoose populations appear to be more stable. However, new threats are looming over the Amami woodcock, such as the proliferation of feral cats and forest degradation. Bukidnon woodcock. Least concern. Sulawesi woodcock. Near threatened. Moluccan woodcock. Endangered. It was believed extinct. The first specimen was discovered by Heinrich Bernstein in 1862. In the following years only 7 more specimens were reported, and then the sightings by different ornithologists who visited the island ceased. Only in 2013, after an exhaustive study, it was confirmed their survival and the health of the population is better than previously believed, managing to make several sightings. New Guinea woodcock. Least concern. Javan woodcock. Near threatened. American woodcock. Least concern. If you love dogs and cats as much as we do, stay tuned on Sundays. We will also post new videos about wild animals and insects every Thursday. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell, so you do not miss any of our incredible videos. If you've learned a lot from this video, give us a like and share it with your friends.